Almost 12 o'clock here on the Amplifier Show, and I'm joined this afternoon by Mike Williams and Erica Grunt of Cookie Brooklyn and A Crumb today, because we are missing one of the crumbs. Welcome to the radio.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Now, you brought some lovely instruments to serenade us today, which I'm very stoked about. So I always love having bands in here showcasing their antics, especially with their weapons of choice. And you've got some beautiful guitars. One of you's lefty and one of you's righty. I just realised.
Symmetry.
We put you in the right spot. Otherwise, the other way around, we would have been clashing necks.
You got it.
Yeah.
You're dealing with professionals.
You've done this before, haven't you?
A couple of times.
So what has Cookie Brooklyn and the Crumbs been up to recently? I think the last time we chatted, and I think it might have been with you, Mike, it was on the line, and you were releasing a compilation of singles from 2013 to 2019, which we are going to be talking about how that went. But what's been going on since? What's been going on with Cookie Brooklyn and the Crumbs this year?
Well, not a lot, to be honest. We released the record, which was really exciting for us, but we haven't had a chance to do many gigs this year at all. Any gigs.
Is that due to other commitments from other bands, or just...
Yeah, a bunch of things, but yeah, it's just been a quiet year for us. Getting the record out was awesome, but no, it's been quiet.
We did a release gig for the record, and we showed a video for every single song, so that was pretty cool.
That's right. Was that at Pyramid Club?
Mm-hmm.
It was indeed. And that was a great night because we heard the whole record through these incredible big speakers.
Yeah.
So even forgetting the visuals was like, whoa, I don't even know if I'll ever hear the record this good again. So that was super awesome.
Right. Yeah. Good turnout for that.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome having, stations like Active play the tracks as well, and BFM, and despite not playing any gigs, we sold out the record. So that's awesome.
So that kind of gig doesn't happen very often, does it? You have to kind of release a compilation of hits of the years with videos to boot before you can achieve that gig again. You know what I mean? It's kind of like just a once in a blue moon thing.
Yeah. No, we'll have to think of some new concept to round up our next bunch of tunes. But we're working on it. We're busy burrowing away, writing little things. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to find out more about that very, very soon. Now, Nell's on drums and vocals, who is missing today. Is he okay?
She's great.
Sorry.
No. She just has to work today, so it's just the merry duo, which has made us... we had to rearrange the songs, find a different way to play them for you guys today. So that's been a fun little challenge for us at the end of the year.
This was my debut on guitar for any situation. I've never played guitar in a band before, so...
Wow. Now, this is not a first. We have had bands, and I was telling you about this earlier on, we have had bands come into the Amplifier Show and do a little live to airs with instruments that they have never used before for those songs, and we'll probably never do those songs again with those said instruments, which I really like because it's a one-time ever kind of thing. And you've got a beautiful teardrop guitar, but tell me a little bit about that.
The guitar? Okay.
Yes.
So I was going to Music Planet to buy a lead, and I had a gig in the next couple of days, and I saw this in the window, and it was a spontaneous buy. I just went in and grabbed it from Pete Jamison, who's a great dude down there. It was a total spontaneous buy, so I just, I liked the look of it.
That's teal, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Beautiful guitar.
It's nice, eh?
It's got a short neck as well.
It's called a travel guitar.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen one like it around town before, and I really love this shape. And also the size. I like the size.
It's cute.
Super cute. I've never owned an electric guitar before, so I don't know. I just did it and didn't regret it.
So will this be the guitar's premiere anywhere?
It is, apart from my lounge and my bedroom.
Awesome. Now, we are recording the video of this, so you'll be able to check out exactly what we're talking about once that comes out. But should we hear what it sounds like?
Cool.
Sounds good.
What are we gonna listen to first?
This is a track from the album we released earlier this year. It's called Tahirua Toruwha. And today it sounds like this. the border, did a forward roll. 2 dead rats in that freezer. Do you want to shake him by the tail? Tahiru Torofa. Tahiru Torofa. Tahiru Torofa. Sing it loud, give it everything. Take turns to lift Mary. Plastic girl, she's so heavy. Look at poor Carl, he's so sweaty. It's his turn, he's not ready. Tahiru Torofa. Tahiru Torofa. Tahiru Torofa. Sing it loud, give it everything. Many things are not forgotten. I recall the open coffin. Let each child see the body. Teach them all that life is cruelty.
Tahiru Torofa.
Tahiru Torofa. Tahiru Torofa. Sing it loud, give it everything. Sing it loud, give it everything. Sing it loud, give it everything. Sing it loud, give it everything.
Cookie Brooklyn and A Crumb joining me today for a little live to air and a little bit of a catch up and discuss. Now that track comes from that compilation of singles from 2013 to 2019. How old is that track?
That was our very first song that we ever played.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
2013.
Yeah.
Oh, released in 2013.
It was never actually. We've never actually released that one as a single. The album was I guess a mop up singles, B-sides, and a few things kind of left over. We did a record before that, which was a concept record, if you like, all about the band Television. Long story. And so these are all the singles because they kind of fell in between the cracks of these concept ideas that we're pursuing.
So that does go back. It's before 2013.
I can't remember when we formed. It was around about that time.
Yeah.
2013. Yeah.
It was before. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you were doing the songs as a solo before we joined.
Maybe a little bit, but I do remember we started as a band before I had children. So there you go. So we're more than 9 years old.
I love the incorporation of Te Reo in the chorus there. Very simple and easy. Everybody knows the words.
Sing along.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that something that you carried on with other songs?
No, not yet. I've had a couple of really great terms with Te Reo up at Wellington High this year, which has been really cool. I kind of feel like I need the full immersion now to really capitalise on that and really solidify it. Just go so soon, but it's awesome. It's enlightening. It's great.
Yeah. So together for almost decade. Does it feel like it?
I think yes and no. Sometimes it feels like we sort of just started because I think we were both doing other things. This was like a side sort of band, so we were both quite involved in other things, and we weren't rehearsing that regularly for a while, on and off sporadically. So sometimes you sort of feel really fresh. You get together and play again. It's like, it feels like it's starting again kind of thing, and then other times you feel like we've been around for almost a decade, so. Bit of both.
Sometimes when you hang out with people for long enough, you just lose how long it's been. And it just feels like Yeah.
And a decade
And
goes
a
by
decade
really
goes,
fast these days.
When you start measuring things by children, some time has passed.
At least you kind of know, because the children, are like they're 5 now. Okay, they're 8. Okay, they're 12. Good gosh, they're 15. All right, it's been that long. I wonder if it's kind of the same with music. Does it age for you, the songs, or are they just good old mates that have always been there and have always been fun to hang around with?
Well, I would say that the songs I wrote before this band, I really struggle to sing a lot of them again, because it's like, did I really write those lyrics? But these ones I can still play.
Yeah.
And they're all, all the words are kind of taken from, most of them are taken from like deconstructing like scientific texts or online conversations between people. The last one actually wasn't. It was one of the only ones that isn't. But having that kind of distance between myself and the words makes it a bit easier.
Interesting. Inspiration coming from scientific books, reference books, kind of things.
Yeah, well, the next song we're going to play is called You Can Speak Chicken, and I've been writing songs about chickens and reading a lot about their vision and their social habits. But this is actually sort of from an online conversation where someone is encouraging people to learn how to speak chicken.
I love it. My brain is just going crazy right now. My first thought was, is that the title of the book, How to Speak Chicken?
It is.
It is. It is. Oh, someone actually took the time to know enough to teach others how to communicate with chickens. Very social animals, very quirky animals. They have their own personalities. I love watching animal videos. Yes.
Well, or maybe you too can speak chicken.
One day I will have my own chickens, and I will speak to them, and we'll jam actually.
And you'll think of this song when you do.
I will play them the song, and I say, "Do you know what that means?" Is there any chicken spoken in the song?
No, I do a bit of a kind of mock French at the end, but instead of parlez-vous, I go poultry-vous.
You're a dad. You're such a dad. That's awesome.
Okay, now you've twigged.
Fascinating inspiration. I love this. It's so left field. I've never had to tackle that concept before.
Well, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
we've livened up your lunchtime.
Should we have a listen to it?
Yeah, I hope it lives up to the hype.
Oh, by the way, no chickens were harmed in the making of the song, I'm sure.
Absolutely not. Take some time, watch and listen. In no time, you can speak chicken, you can speak it. Pay attention to their rhythm. Pretty soon, you can speak chicken, you can speak it. Who is talking?
Talking to who?
Who is talking?
Talking to you.
Who is talking?
Talking to who?
Who is talking? Talking to who? Who? Repeat the goose, the clock's my gauze. In no time, you can speak chicken, you can speak it. Some will stop and stare at you. They're surprised. You can speak chicken, you can speak it. Who is talking?
Talking to who?
Who is talking?
Talking to you.
Who is talking?
Talking to who?
Who is talking, talking, talking to you? Hey! Parlez-vous, the poultry do. It's up to you. You can speak chicken, you can speak it.
I love that. I have to admit, I speak chicken.
Wow.
In
Lay it
a
on
really
me,
a
brother.
really weird, not even related to chickens. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of an insight into my life. Whenever my wife is out and about and she calls me, and I don't know how it started, whether I started or where she started it, and she said, "I'm just checking in," and whether I said, "Oh, chicken in." So now she just calls me up and says, "Bukirk." just checking in, a little chicken. So
The shorthand of a
cute.
couple.
yes, very much so. We're a very married couple. That's my connection to speaking chicken, and that's about as far as I go.
It's great.
Love it.
Love it.
Either of you have chickens?
I would love a chicken. I did some house sitting this year where I house sat chickens and got chicken time and forgot to feed them once or twice, and that wasn't very. I'm learning about chickens.
Did they let you know about it?
They were hungry for sure. No, I don't have chickens, but I would like chickens one day. Yeah, for sure.
Now, you are all based in Wellington?
Yep.
And originally from Wellington?
Not originally. No, I'm from Gore.
Oh,
originally.
Down south.
Yeah.
Dunedin.
Deep south.
Dunedin.
Yeah, a real slice to the bottom of the South Island
Yeah.
today.
And it's diving in deep now. But what made you make your way to Wellington?
Oh well, so I was born in Gore, grew up in Auckland, and then I followed a boy to Wellington. That's what made me get here.
And you stayed here?
He left and I stayed. That was about 17 years ago. Yeah.
What about yourself?
Well, I went from Dunedin to England for a year, and then I flew back to Auckland. I had no money to get down to Dunedin. I sold some CDs at Real Groovy in Auckland. I had enough money to buy a bus ticket to Wellington where I knew somebody, and I ended up staying.
What about Nell?
Nell's from Wellington. Yep.
The one Wellingtonian is not here.
She's the anchor.
Yeah.
Now, you're all in different bands as well outside of Cookie Brooklyn.
Yep.
Orchestra Sphere is one of them.
That's right. Nell and I are both in Orchestra Sphere.
What other bands are you involved with?
Well, the last few years I've been playing with Rosie Langerbeer in her big band called, let me see if I can remember this. Oh, no, I can't remember it. Something like, we were doing these cabaret shows at Meow every month. The
Cool.
big band of prosperity and joy and happiness or something like that.
Yeah.
So playing with her a bit, and yeah.
What about you, Mark?
I was in a band called Marineville in Wellington for many years, and we did various active live tours.
Yes, I was just going to say, is that the band that you did active lives for?
Yeah, in 99 and 2000. And when Harry wrote to me about this, I did dig them up, but they're just terrible. What were we thinking?
We can't have anyone listen to this.
We did a Christmas live tour, and we covered Elton John singing a song called Step Into Christmas, and we did Jesus Christ is Born Today by Big Star. That was terrible.
I'd love to hear this. That sounds amazing.
It sounds better to think you might like it, but anyway.
Have you played these songs to other people and said, no, they're not that bad actually. I kind of like them because I know everyone is their own worst critic, and you're going to criticize the music at a level that other people might not.
No, there are other Marineville songs I like, but this can stay in the attic.
Yeah. So what's happening with the band at the moment, Cookie Brooklyn? Are we looking at new songs? Are we looking at gigs for summer?
There's currently no gigs for summer, but we're always thinking about writing new songs, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still doing my chicken research.
Right.
Pulling that to bits. And
I was just wondering, are we short of reference books or science books?
No. There's plenty of material out there. Yeah. It's good. I've got interested in weeds lately as well, so I'm trying to catalogue the weeds in the driveway and find out about them.
Awesome. In what ways? Medicinal?
I just want to kind of find out what the difference is between a weed and a flower. Like, I mean, the chicken thing is kind of like choosing the most banal living thing to talk about kind of like disassociation from the natural world, and the weed thing is kind of similar.
What have you discovered so far?
I've just been picking up weeds from the driveway, sticking them by the windowsill, and then flicking through my phone going, is it this one? Is it this one?
What are you? Well, weeds are an interesting concept because they are just plants like every other plant, and they serve a purpose, otherwise they wouldn't be part of the ecosystem. And us as humans have decided that they're not good enough, so they need a different term that makes them unlikable or unwantable or unneeded.
Totally.
And I don't think that's fair.
I agree.
On plants.
Even the sound of the word, like weed, it's not very nice.
I mean, it does have other connotations as well, but I don't think that's the kind of plants you're talking about.
No.
They don't spontaneously grow in your driveway.
Oh.
No, we're not talking about that one.
I took a second to click onto it.
Not so far. That territory's probably been covered.
I think those weeds have been covered already. There's a whole genre behind it. It's fine.
It's interesting, like dandelion. Everyone's like, oh, it's a weed, but it's so medicinal.
Yes,
there's so many amazing properties to it. Yeah, I like weeds.
We have inadvertently alienated helpful plants.
I wonder how they feel about it.
They feel terrible.
I reckon so
Yeah.
too.
They are yellow about it. Green just wasn't quite close enough. They're all green. Most of them are all green. Puns galore today here on the Amplifier Show, 19 minutes past 12. I'm joined by Mark Williams and Erica Grant. Today they are Cookie Brooklyn and a Crumb. Cookie Brooklyn and the Crumbs always been three.
Yep.
For sure.
Never had guests in for special events. Never had a horn section, chorus line.
I don't remember a guest ever.
No, it's pretty cool. Like, it's so taut with three, and in fact, it makes me play less, which is interesting. Like, I think some of our songs start, I have a little idea, and then Erica and Nell will play, and then I just pull back. So it's kind of interesting. Less becomes more. Does more become less? I don't know.
It's up to you. It's completely up. It's your concept. It's your universe.
I've never found it lacking.
Yeah.
I think we managed to fill the space well with the three of us. It's awesome being in a three-piece.
Yeah.
It's great fun.
Yeah. Sometimes it is through less is more, and sometimes you just don't need extra.
That's
They
right.
can make things way too busy.
Well, one more seat in the van,
Oh, then there's the logistics.
phone calls, emails.
One more room in the hotel. One more food order.
WhatsApp.
Adds up at the end of the
You
tour.
got it.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you be in any other shape band?
3 is the magic number, after all.
Yeah.
Now, Erica, you were saying, of course, this is your lovely guitar. First time you've bought
Debut.
What do you normally play in the band?
normally
If it's
play
not that band, that guitar.
I normally play a fretless bass.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why you've got the low tones on this one today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partially,
I
yeah.
noticed there's a kind of
Yeah.
Nice.
I have
Nice.
boosted the bass a little bit, yeah.
mixing it. Now, you have bought a whole bunch of pedals as well. and so I was actually curious to go there and find out about your pedal board configuration and who's got the most. And is it a battle between you guys? Do you share pedals?
This is interesting because basically I don't own any pedals. And I would call myself a pedal scab. I'm always like, oh, can I borrow your pedal? Can I use your pedal? So these all belong to my partner, Ben. And he reluctantly let me use them for this show, and this will be the last time I scab his pedals. He's made sure I know. So I'm only using the reverb and a little bit of a bass boost. Yeah, that's it. That's the story behind the pedal
The
board.
things that we've done to make this live to air happen today. Once it'll probably will it ever happen again? You playing guitar?
Oh, definitely.
Like
Maybe. I mean, in this
be the
band,
start of the new thing.
I've always wanted to play guitar. I feel like I'm a frustrated guitarist. I play lots of other instruments, but I'm always just like, oh, guitar. So finally, I get the guitar and we're doing it. So yeah, maybe we can do this again in this. We never know. You never know what's going to come out of us. Yeah.
I guess it comes down to the band leader.
It's democracy.
Yeah,
we can do whatever we like.
I
Whatever
was just
anybody
going to
feels like
ask,
doing.
is there a boss in the band, or is it a democracy where
Mark's the boss, but
yeah.
not in a dictatorial.
not in a bossy way?
No.
Yeah. Now, look, I feel that bands, groups need to have a backstop, the final say. Someone needs to say, no, that's enough, no more, or take the responsibility, perhaps,
Well,
of calling the shots.
I did all the organising pretty much for the record, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
that was education and finding out about how the record biz works right now
Yeah.
and so forth. But I think in the band, if one person doesn't want to play a song, then we won't do it. Yeah, so it's just got to be enjoyable for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, but who organises band practice?
Usually Mark.
Yeah.
There you go. You're the boss.
Okay.
But
You provide tea and sandwiches.
I just want
I
to
do.
add some context and say that it always feels very, very democratic. Mark will bring these beautiful songs along. We get to embellish them and play them, and then it feels very open to everyone who wants to suggest an idea or say maybe we cut this short or whatever it might be. There's never any fights or egos thrown around. It's really a super pleasure to just make music in this way.
Look, I get the feeling you guys are really easygoing and just cooperative.
Yeah.
Most practices start with about an hour of tea drinking, so general chit-chat.
Get the tannin to the right level.
Yeah. Can't rush it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those herbs are good.
Yeah.
Those Herbs are good. All right, it is 23 minutes past 12 here on the Amplifier Show. I am once again telling you, joined by Cookie Brooklyn and one crumb today, a crumb. And lovely to have you here today. Thank you so much for coming in.
Pleasure.
And besides all the kerfuffle before all that, but we don't need to go into those details. The listener, they're better. All that they need to know and we need to know is that you're here now and we're doing a once-off that might happen again with that guitar. Who knows? We may have started something.
I wouldn't say no. We'll see.
Yeah.
Love it. Everything is possible. Shall we hear the last song?
Sure. Which one do you want to do?
Should we do Phobia?
Okay. This is another chicken one.
Oh, chicken phobia? Is there a term for chicken phobia?
This is Phobia.
There is,
actually.
but this is phobia, which is the
phobia.
chicken's third eyelid or nictating membrane. Anyway,
what?
it's just...
What? Hang on. What?
Yeah.
Dude, come on. Science time. What is this?
It's just a third eyelid that goes in and cleans the chicken's eye. The whole song is kind of about chicken eyesight.
Reptilians have those.
Oh, yes, they do too.
Yes. So they can blink with their eyes open underwater or something, I think.
Amazing.
Something like that. I had no idea chickens.
But they're related, aren't they?
Well-
Reptilians, chickens.
My goodness, we're getting into some really deep conversations now. The history of the chicken. I definitely know the egg came first.
It's great. The show's forever altered in it.
Goodness. All right. We might be getting too deep into this one. Should we just hear it, the song?
All right.
Find out. All right.
Sometimes when we take a picture, eye is hazy looking, looks like a glitch in our camera. The membrane is next to the eye, cleaning and protecting. Sometimes when you're sleeping, phobia, 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 phobia. One for distance, one for close-up. Like humans, other animals, you're blind when it's dark. Come on, take my picture. Phobia, 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 phobia. Phobia, phobia, phobia. One for distance, one for close-up.
I love your subject matter. It's just mind-blowing me. it kind of reminded me of Harvey and Claire, who write some fascinating and beautiful songs about just everyday objects, like a coffee table, things like that, things around the place, you know. And it's almost like anything is inspiring.
Yeah.
And so I can imagine for you, like anything and everything could possibly, there's a song waiting at every step, anytime, every time.
Well, I think things we take for granted actually have like incredible multitudes within them, and I think with the natural world especially, that's just super important to think about that. Yeah. So go chickens.
Go chickens. I love it. What other things do you write about? What things? What? I mean, I know you're interested in writing into some pretty Why are you so interested in writing about some left field topics?
Well,
I mean, why aren't you like a political band? Why aren't you writing cliched love songs? Why?
It is political, really. I mean, it's like when my son was born, he wouldn't sleep, and we lived beside the zoo. And by the time he was 4 years old, we used to go there because the paths are very wide and it's very quiet, and we could walk him to sleep. By the time he was 4 years old, he'd been there 400 times with either me or my partner or both of us. And I sort of like got really interested in the animals and like what animal and also what creatures might be sort of native to the area. And I went to the National Library and I investigated the history of the whole site. And I even tried to get a water sample and analyze it and find what was there. And then I thought, this is all too complex and weird. What's the most kind of... I wanted to get away from like our idea of the spectacular into something just kind of everyday. And so I thought, the chicken, everybody, it's just completely commodified. But they have, rich social lives and... rich kind of physiology and incredible kind of history. And so, I went on to that. And it just really is about trying to connect with the world around us.
I love that. If anything, chickens deserve a song, and now they do.
They might have a whole album coming out for them, eh?
Isn't there a funky chicken song somewhere?
There is a funky chicken, yes indeed.
We should do a cover.
All right, it is 12:30 here on the Amplifier Show, Radioactive.fm. Cookie Brooklyn and A Crumb joining me today. We have in the studio Mike Williams and Erica Grunt. Thank you so much for coming in.
A pleasure. Thank you. It's been really fun.
Thank you for serenading. Fascinating conversation with you both. And we'd love to have the three of you in the studio sometime, possibly in the band room. Or even here, I don't mind. Either way, it's a treat for me and a treat for listeners. I hope you've enjoyed it, people. Now, the video will come out a little bit later once it gets edited, and you can check out more of the specifics that we were talking about. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming in, and all the best for whatever you're doing, whenever you're doing it, how to keep up to date with the band and when they're doing things.
We have a Facebook page, and we have a Bandcamp page, which is... and we self-released our album, so it's burninglog.bandcamp.com.
Awesome. We'll catch you next time.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks so much.
And happy birthday.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back with the Activity Guide. You're with the Amplifier Show on a Thursday, brought to you by Cutler's Entertainment.
Amplifier.
Amplifier.